into a splitter, which splits the signal to the rest of the guitar signal chain, and then also to this thing called the hog, which is a harmonic octave generator. And that sounds like this. Oh, actually, can we sound check this here? Then it can do different things. One thing I like is this, like. The main thing I use it for is to, like, this, you can play a chord. That's really cool. So yeah, it goes. So the signal chain goes to the tremolo, then gets split to the hog, and continues to go through this another little looper with a pedal here that not a looper. It's just a signal router. One button controls the. I can turn on the distortion. That's the distortion. And then the next button is the tuner, which if I press it, I can tune without being heard. And then it goes to this this little tiny little pedal here. You can't really see it. You can come up and look afterwards if you want. Which is this really neat little thing that I found in Japan a few weeks ago. And it's a, I think it's called an Attack DK, AD by Maleko. It's a tiny little pedal. And it does something really cool to the attack of the... It's an automatic swell, you know, so you hear, it's very subtle, but instead of the attack. So it goes there, and then it goes to this compressor that I have, which I like because it's also very subtle, but it just kind of fattens up the tone a little bit, you know, like here's it off. And then there is a volume difference, but just kind of fattens it up a little bit. And that's from Old World Audio. That's a website. They make high-end studio equipment. And I was checking that out, but then I saw that they also make this compressor pedal. So I asked them to make me one of those. So that's what that is. And then it goes into this EQ that I'm not using, but I usually do when I'm on the road because these amps are very bright, usually too bright. Even I always have the treble knob all the way off on these amps because they're way too bright. And even then they're still bright, so I use the EQ to even cut more highs and sometimes bring out a little bit of mid-range. But I'm not using it now because I like the sound of this one. So, but I have that going on. Then it goes into this other little effects loop thing that I have that is also really subtle, but changes the tone in a way that I really like. By the way, the tremolo is on. You know, you can you almost can't hear it, but this is with it off. And then this is similar. It gives just a little bit of more modulation inside the chord. And I use it like, it's a flanger that's mixed into the dry signal. I'll turn the tremolo off so you can hear this one a little bit better. So that's just flat, just straight. I used to use a microphone a lot, and I realized that part of the reason why I used it was to give a little bit of modulation to the sound. And once I figured out how to do this, I didn't feel the